Hey guys, so to create this blown up face look, I started off by putting some latex around my eye. I avoided my eyebrows because you've got to be really careful. If you do get it on there, they will get ripped out. So if you want bold eyebrows, then go for it, but obviously I'm not going to do that. I placed the cotton pad over my eye. I tried to cover my eyebrow as well, obviously because I don't want bold eyebrows. And then I just started to put some latex around it just so it stays stuck and doesn't come off. To create the thick skin texture, you're going to need some tissue paper, which obviously everybody has, and I want it to look quite lumpy and irritated, so that's why I'm not doing it perfectly. I'm just doing it quite messy. So you're just going to carry on covering as much of the face that you want to. I just stuck with half of it, well not even half, but almost a little bit less than half. You can wait for it to dry and do more layers, but I just couldn't be bothered, so I stuck with one layer. You can even take the latex and the tissue paper down to your neck if you do want to make it look a bit more realistic, I guess, but I just left it as how it was. So I'm going to leave it as that. I'm not going to cover any more of my face because I am going to use face paint and take it a little bit more over my face. So you're just going to let it dry for about 5-10 minutes. Once it had dried, I took some of my Pro Longer concealer and just kind of tried to cover up the edges. I didn't really want to cover the whole thing because I wanted it to look white, but I tried to cover as much as I could really. So I started off with some red face paint and just used a normal sponge and just started building up the colour slowly. I didn't want to go in with so much colour at once because you can easily just ruin it. So I was just building it up slowly. So here I took some flesh coloured pink face paint just to kind of give it that irritated skin look. So I added it mainly to the edges. I added a little bit of black just to kind of give it that scabby kind of burnt feel. I carried on building up on the colour, adding in more red where I wanted it. Like I said, you don't really want to use a load of colour from the start as this can easily ruin the whole thing. I just took my finger and started dabbing on some white face paint just to kind of add a bit more colour to it. I started peeling away some of the latex just to kind of make it look like the skin did blow up. So I made holes in the latex and I'm going to fill this in with some colour after. Here I'm taking some black face paint and just filling in the bits where I peeled the latex off just so it looks like there's like a deep hole in the skin. I then went over the black with a bit of red face paint just to kind of tone the blackness down. Here I'm taking some white face paint and just dabbing it in places where I kind of want to highlight some areas and just give it more of that lumpy, scabby, burnt look. Now onto my favourite part, I just made some homemade fake blood and it's actually edible even though it tastes disgusting. I filled the blood in the holes that I peeled so it looks like the blood is actually dripping out of my face. I actually went crazy with the blood because I just thought this was so fun and it just made it look so much more realistic. I took the fake blood to the other side of my face as well, just to make it look a bit more realistic and bloody. I even took some over my lips just so it looks like they're damaged and as if they're about to blow up too. I started peeling the latex a bit more just so it actually looks quite textured and ripped and just dropped skin. I tried to do some on my forehead, which kind of got messed up. That wasn't supposed to happen, but I worked with it. And this is how it should look at the end. It's a little bit of a weird one because you can only see from one eye, but I think it looks really cool. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like, comment and subscribe.